Greetings and blessings, dear friends in the Spirit 111. It's Eddie Luisi. How are you? I hope you had a great week. I'm going to read something from St. Francis de Sales. Do not lose your inner peace for anything whatsoever, even if your whole world seems upset. And from Science of the Mind, peace, poise, and power are within me, for they are the witnesses of the inner spirit of all truth, love, and wisdom. So I am calling this talk today Attitude, Gratitude, and Blessings. So I'm going to read something from dailyword.com. I'm at the Marian Shrine, but I'm at a different location. I'll tell you about that in a second. Attitude. I express an enthusiastic, positive, and joyful attitude. There may be days when I feel as though I am merely showing up in the world and not truly living. Yet when I develop a deeper connection to the divine spirit within me, my attitude cannot help but shift. My spiritual nature is reflected outward and becomes the face I share with everyone I meet. So, attitude, gratitude, and blessings. Let me first tell you where I am, and then I'll talk a little bit. So, at the Marian Shrine, this is a statue deep in the woods of Fatima. Okay, that's Blessed Mary. I'm going to walk over. There should be a person here that had a vision of Blessed Mary. And then I'm going to walk down a little further, and then I'm going to come back here. But this other place, I'm going to walk backwards, is called Lourdes. Lourdes was in France, and that was Mary. The reason why I'm here is because a friend of mine, Eileen Peterson, who I see in the chapel on a weekly basis, she loves my videos at the shrine, but she goes, Eddie, do you know that the statues down here, that like miracles have been happening? I said, no, I didn't know. So there's a bookstore here, and I'm not sure of which statue it is, if it's Fatima or Lourdes, but apparently the statue of Blessed Mary, both statues, her hands are together praying. Well, she said people have seen the hands move to kind of like wrap her arms around herself. So I haven't seen that miracle, but I'm here. Here's the other place. Okay, that's Lourdes. Actually, I was in Lourdes many years ago. Good Morning America did a trip in Europe, and at the end of the trip, I stuck around a couple days. I took a train. We were in France. I took a train all the way down to Lourdes. It was the coolest trip ever, and it was one of those tiny little trains where it's like a sleeper, and it must have been like 10 or 20 of us in this one sleeper. We were just like all squished next to each other. And then when we actually got out, we were like in a tunnel. We got out. It was just this beautiful scenery. And I spent a couple days in Lourdes. And it was fabulous. So, attitude, gratitude, and blessings. This week, family-wise, I'm not going to get into details, but I had some major problems with my daughters. And I had with one of my daughter. And I had people praying, I was praying, my wife was praying, and the one thing I learned through her and through everything that happened, she taught me forgiveness. And I know I give these talks, and I know I do a lot of spiritual readings, but she taught me forgiveness, because she had a friend that a long time ago did some not too good stuff, and she forgave her and still friendly with her. And I remember them seeing each other a while ago, and the one girl saying, you know, you're the only person that really is still in my life after that. And then another incident happened last week, which was not too good. But then again, my daughter forgave her again, and they did some stuff together. So God bless you for doing that. You know, you got to kind of practice what you preach. And it was hard. I was kind of mad and kind of angry, but we got over that. A few other things that happened on a good thing, and about mentoring. Master Media International, which is a media organization that works with Christians all over the world. They had a meeting, a luncheon. My friend Jonathan Graham's the VP there. He had the luncheon with Dan Rupel, who's the president of the whole organization. It was nice. It was 30, 40 of us in New York City, and we had a nice little gathering and stuff. My Future Now friend, Peggy Kim, was there. Maria Noto was there. And Jonathan was there also. There's a new organization called New York Media Initiative, which is another organization that's doing wonderful things to help mentor and help the young people that are going to touch the lives of us through media. So, and one thing I want to talk about, Rob and Roberts. A couple of weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, after the Future Now media conference, I was mentoring some kids and talking to them. When they all left, I was by the elevator, and Robin said, "You know, Eddie," says, "it's wonderful seeing what you're doing here at work." I said, "You're like bringing church to work. You're helping others, and I love the way that you get involved and you help. And you know, you don't just have to volunteer in churches and go on retreats and be in nature. You could do it at work too." So, folks, if you could mentor and help people out and love them at work, go for it. I am going to read something. Oh, no, before I read this, just want to let you know in the mornings what I do. First thing I do in the morning is I read this affirmation prayer that I got from Reverend Jennifer from Rockland Center for Spiritual Living. I'm going to read this for you right now. And I add you guys in this prayer every day now. This is something I started a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. Today, I, Eddie Luisi, expect every good thing to come to me, my family, and my friends in the Spirit 111. For I know that divine abundance is forever manifesting itself in my and our affairs. I am keeping my whole mind and thought and expectation open to new experiences, to happier events, to a more complete self-expression. Everything that belongs to Spirit, I accept. Everything that partakes of nature of divine reality, I claim as my own. I identify with success, and I prosper in everything I do. As I give thanks for the good now flowing into my life, I gladly share that good with others. The more I give, the more I receive. I experience a deeper consciousness of peace and security, for I know that I am in the embrace of a warm, loving presence, forever seeking an outlet through me. My cup runneth over. I exist in limitless possibility. So I hope, dear friends in the Spirit, these little videos are helping you, and my mentoring that I'm doing and trying to help out my family. Hope you're doing wonderful things like that too. If you are, and I'm sure you are, share them with us. Send some comments, replies. Let us know what you're doing. This is another book I read, 3 minutes a day from the Christophers. And then I read Science of Mind. So those are 3 things I read at home before I even leave work. Then I usually stop at the chapel, and then I listen to some inspirational podcasts and stories, and then I do some prayers at work. So before like 5 o'clock, I'm doing a lot of stuff. Let me read something for you. And this is from the Science of Mind. I just dropped my water bottle. Let me pick it up. So this is called The Great Discovery of Your Life. Reverend Dr. David Alexander is the author of this little article. Thank you, David. And I'm going to read this to you. This month, Dr. Ernest Holmes, founder of Science of Mind, gives us some practical and powerful insights into living a life of fulfillment from divine wisdom. The right attitude toward life is essential in the effort to manifest a life of good. We know that attitude, or the activity of our thinking, shapes what we see, perceive, and experience, and therefore the quality of our life experiences itself. So I'm going to just stop for a second. But like I said, I had a rough week with my daughter and friends, and I had to try to practice what I preach, you know, and try to be loving and comforting and just kind of hold her, even when she said, leave me alone. It's like, nope, I'm not leaving, and stuff in the heart here. And there's other stuff going on in my life too. And I have people praying for me. Hopefully you're praying for me and my family, and I'm trying to practice what I preach. Back to reading. Holmes was speaking in a Christian world context, and as such, we often find him explaining the life and teachings of Jesus in ways that were quite revelatory to his audience. He respected Jesus as a master teacher and liberator of thinking, rather than as a symbol of dogmatic tradition and restrictive thoughts. As such, his first suggestion in living from divine wisdom is to reclaim the simple wisdom of Jesus. Whether you identify as Christian or not, Jesus taught universal truth. Now, this is science of mind, so they don't see Jesus as Son of God. So I apologize, you Christians, don't get upset, but it's always good to learn from different traditions because they're seeing Jesus through different eyes, okay? This wisdom is not about elaborate rules of judgment or of life in the hereafter. Instead, it is about a radical presence in this moment. The first step in living from divine wisdom is about alignment. It is about choosing to operate from a place of oneness and alignment with a higher power. This next step is knowing that divine guidance is instantly available once you are operating from this alignment. You are never alone in any challenges you face. There is always the deep wisdom of the universe available to guide you. And if you like to use the word God instead of universe, that's cool, but I use the word God all the time. There is always the deep wisdom of God or the universe available to guide you. Most of us seek and desire some guidance through life at some point, yet our minds are often too crowded with thoughts of fear, judgment, or doubt. Right? This thing up here is always thinking, always questioning. And the heart, this is where the answers are, right? Basically love. The still small voice of infinite intelligence is always on standby the moment we get quiet and still enough to hear it. Quiet and still. Like I said, Monday through Friday, I go to my chapel and I try to be quiet and still. And it's nice. Best hour of my week. The third and final step that Holmes offers us is to know that there is a unique self that seeks to emerge in your life. Too often we spend our lives impersonating the people or traits that we think others want or expect. But this will never lead to happiness or success. The greatest discovery in life is to know that there is a unique manifestation of the divine that only knows itself as you. Use your steps of alignment and divine guidance to tune into that unique self and make the decision to live from that place. So, dear friends in the Spirit 111, there are times I have a really rough week and I'm tired, and honestly, I don't feel like doing these videos, but I want to. In my heart, I want to. Once I get here and I start reading my prayers and reflections, I really get into it. And I'm hoping this touches people's lives. If it touches one person, awesome. If it touches more, great. If God has something else happening with this ministry, awesome. I'm open to it. And you, dear friends in the Spirit 111, I know many of you out there are trying to do ministries and jobs and careers, and I'm here praying for you, supporting you. If you want to share that with our community, go for it. Send comments, replies, make a little video yourself and put it here. But the rest of the day, I'm with my family. I got a lot of bills and papers on my desk, so I'm going to be doing a lot of work, but I'm glad I was able to make this short little video. God bless you. God bless your families. Don't forget to share your faith with family and friends. I'm going to give you a little quiet time now.